Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Bite of the Brahma. My name is Voss Maximus on Discord, and a few days ago, Frenchie and his team at Ones of the First and Boba, they had a stream, technically two different streams, raising money for St. Jude, and that was amazing. They raised a total of about $150,000, which is incredible, crazy. And during the Wonders portion, where they were ripping 3 Existence Dragon boxes and 6 Pots Dragon boxes called the Stones, he had a little bit of information for us about the next set, the third set, which he says probably coming out in the fall. Originally, they had said in the summertime, probably late summer, but maybe now it's early fall. But yes, they have. He had to wait for Mr. Brian Tinsman to agree to let a little bit slide. And here, take a look.
The name of the next set is Trial by Combat. Trial by Combat. Trial by Combat.
Trial by Combat.
Trial by combat.
Trial by combat.
Trial by combat.
I demand a trial by combat.
So do I, Tyrion. So do I. If you guys aren't excited about this, I don't know what to tell you. I am ecstatic. When Call the Stones came out, I'm like, okay, I don't get the name yet, but I'm sure I will with the set that comes. And sure as, you know what, once the set came out and we saw there's Formless Stones, there's the Call ability. All right, I got the title. But Trial by Combat, that's going to be sick. Because you can already imagine what type of abilities can come from combat abilities. I'm pretty sure this set's going to hit hard. Frenchie also went on to talk about that Chuck Liddell will be coming back, but not as the same character as he did in Call the Stones, but as another character, a zombified character, an undead character. It won't be considered an echo nor a reprint because it's going to be different art, different character name, different abilities. They're just using the same actor for different characters, so it's not a reprint or an echo, which I think that's an insanely good idea. Zombified characters are pretty awesome. I'm actually thinking when they're going to let us know who the prisoner is, because I believe the prisoner is a zombified character of someone. Maybe Emma, maybe it's a character that we haven't met yet, but I'm pretty sure that the prisoner is a zombified character. I may be wrong, but we'll see. The another thing that Frenchie talked about during the live stream was that there will be female characters. He was trying to get female characters for the previous set. However, some didn't want to sign up yet until they see how it went with the characters they had gotten for Call the Stones. He confirmed that we will have female characters. Figures that are very recognizable. Now, that could be anyone, really. There's so many great female actresses, celebrities, athletes that it could be. Who knows? On Discord, a lot of people are talking about Sigourney Weaver, which I would think that would be awesome. Emilia Clarke would be on the top of my list. I would kill for an autograph of Emilia Clarke if she signed with Wonders. There's many great female celebrities that we could choose from. The other thing that was said, though, that he kind of teased was the person that's going to be the head, just like Tom Felton was for his portrayal as Valen Voss, that he was the character on the boxes, pretty much the Emma of the set, the second set. He teased that this person is pretty big. He didn't want to say the name until it's signed, which is understandable, but he teased that he's bigger than Pedro Pascal, that he's been in billion-dollar films, very recognizable. His vibe is similar to Pedro Pascal. Some people were throwing out Jason Momoa and all that stuff, and he was like, well, Jason Momoa definitely isn't in the same vibe as Pedro Pascal. The guy's huge, but he even said it's bigger than Momoa. There's many people that we can talk about. If I believe I heard correctly, he did say that this actor was part of a huge trilogy. When we're talking about trilogies, big trilogies, billion-dollar trilogies, there's only a few that come to mind, really. The Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, where Star Wars, there's 3 different trilogies in Star Wars. Guardians of the Galaxy, it's technically a trilogy. So far, Dune is a trilogy. The third movie's coming out soon. That's definitely hit $1 billion. Avatar, so far, is a trilogy. I know there's a 4th one coming, but that's definitely one of the top. Avatar's one of the top grossing movies of all time. Actually, as of right now, the original Avatar is the top grossing film of all time. If we get one of those actors from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, there could be many actors. Many actors. Some people are coming to mind. The whole thing about being is Pedro Pascal vibe and being a big name actor. There's only a few people that fit that description. I guess we'll find out in the next few months. He did say the set will release in the fall, probably early fall, because he wants the set to be released before the Dragon Cup, because he stated he wanted the players to have the cards in hand for at least 2 months before the Dragon Cup, which makes sense if you're trying to deck build. But I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe Vin Diesel, part of $1 billion franchise, even though he doesn't really fit Pedro Pascal vibe. Sam Worthington comes to mind from Avatar. And actually looking at the actors from Avatar, Sigourney Weaver was in that too. I forgot she was in that IP. Zoe Saldana, she's very recognizable. She was part of the Guardians trilogy as well. She's kick-ass. Also Michelle Rodriguez, who was also part of Avatar and the Fast and the Furious franchise. That's a big name too, and she's pretty kick-ass. Who else would fit the mold? Samuel L. Jackson's been in everything, and he really doesn't say no to many projects. So that could be one. But he's a pretty big name. Like Tom Cruise, I think Tom Cruise is too big for anything. So, list of highest grossing actors. So, Zoe Saldana, Scarlett Johansson, Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Pratt, Tom Cruise, Chris Hemsworth, Vin Diesel, Chris Evans. Chris Evans is actually one. He did have a trilogy. Captain America, The First Avenger, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War. Maybe, if they consider that a trilogy. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, or as Dan Housen calls him, Rock the Dwayne Johnson. He is definitely up there as well. Recognizable, though. Very recognizable. Chris Pratt is definitely recognizable. Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis has been involved with Marvel, of course, Lord of the Rings, Smeagol, Benedict Cumberbatch. And he wasn't really in the trilogy, though. Bradley Cooper. He was in the Guardians trilogy as well. And of course, everyone knows who Bradley Cooper is. Harrison Ford, but I think Harrison Ford might be a little too big for this. Someone that fits the Pedro Pascal vibe. So a fun vibe. Chris Hemsworth has a fun vibe. I don't know if he meant what type of vibe, because when they said Jason Momoa, he said, no, Jason Momoa is a monster. He's way too big. So I guess when he meant vibe, he means body type. Like the same stature, the same frame. So we're talking about frame. Pedro Pascal is fit but thin, and it's bigger than Pascal. Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Downey Jr., they're bigger, I think, than Pedro Pascal. Chris Hemsworth is bigger, but again, he is also big. Vin Diesel's also big in stature. Chris Evans, he's mid. He can get built like he was in Captain America, but I've seen in other roles that he's more thin. It just fits. Oh, I just thought of another one in a recent trilogy that doesn't say no to pretty much anything. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is involved in a lot of things. Very recognizable. Definitely been involved in billion-dollar movies. He's had a trilogy. That might be it. Similar build, bigger than Pedro Pascal, which I consider Ryan Reynolds a little bigger than Pedro Pascal. Very recognizable. If I had to choose someone that's gettable, so meaning someone that you can honestly would entertain something like this, I don't think Robert Downey Jr. would entertain it. Not yet, anyway. Vin Diesel, maybe. Chris Evans, I don't think so. Definitely not Tom Cruise. I don't think, even though I've heard he's a nice guy, I think he's a type of actor that's very picky where his name would be involved in. Samuel L. Jackson just is involved with everything he can get his hands on. So it would be, for me, it would be between Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. That fit the mold of what Frenchie said. But again, I could be completely off. Maybe Sam Worthington. He's also in the 2010s. He was everywhere. Besides Avatar, he was in the Wrath of the Titans. Yeah, those would be my top 3 picks. Sam Worthington, Samuel L. Jackson, or Ryan Reynolds would be my top 3 picks. But you let me know what you think. This is just one man's opinion, and this man, as my wife says, is almost always wrong. So take what I say with a grain of salt. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you think is the actor, the celebrity that Frenchie was talking about. And again, guys, thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care. Bye.